Trivia. Each year, my scarf symbolizes my international president, who is Ian Risley from Australia. The yellow is a wattle flower, and the green is the gum leaf from Australia. So I wanted to let you know a little trivia. The other thing, I don't know if you understood that this exists in the district. It is the district governor necklace. I could only put it on a few moments before I got up because it is so very heavy. But it has the last 85 district governors on there. So please come and look at it and touch it and feel it, try it on. I just wanted to share that with you. I want to thank President Tony Kemper for guiding the club's activities this year, and I want to thank the past district governors that are from this club that are still with us: Bill Bellis, Woody Northup, Mike Cool, and Stuart Alexandra. Thank you for your service. I also want to thank some other members personally for serving as my vice governor this year, for the annual fund chair, for Paul Harris Society chair, and on multiple other committees. All things wonderful, Mike Cool, past district governor Mike Cool. Your club is so significant to the district. I want to also mention some other chairs, people that without them, any work that we're doing this year wouldn't be possible. So those that have committed to be chairs, again, Rick Harnett, our Rotary Foundation chair, Doug Myers, our visioning chair, Woody Northup, primary nominating for district governor, major gifts, and 671 Foundation, Robert Ewalt, fellowships, Susan Zapata, Friendship Exchange, Susan Smith, Rotary Leadership Institute, co-chair, Fred Cowan, Peace Fellowship, and finally Kevin Wardell, who is the member co-chair, who has provided me with a great opportunity to tell you something today. Membership is so very important to Rotary Service Above Self. To support strengthening District 6710's clubs and the opportunity to provide humanitarian service, the District Membership Committee, whom Kevin is a co-chair with Mark Welch and Murray, they're pleased to announce a 100-day contest that rewards District 6710 clubs with the greatest new member growth. It's called Growing Service Through Membership, and the contest will officially begin February 10th, and it will end May 21st. The clubs with the highest percentage of membership growth in each division, and of course you are the 100-plus division with Paducah, they will win $250 for service project. The 250 district grant award will be provided at the district conference. The district conference this year is in Paducah. It will be June 1st and 2nd. I would like to invite you to please be there with me. Begin welcoming new potential members. You've welcomed one today, and share with them what Rotary membership has meant to you and what a positive impact it has made in your community. Thank you, Louisville, particularly in this time after a terrible tragedy has happened in our district in Marshall County. Thank you for your positive good works, for all the ways that you're a shining example of service above self and all you do for others. I have two presentations for you. First, I want you to give yourselves a great big hand because you're wonderful. Stuart, you might join me up here real quick. Run up here, because I know I want to hear about your club. So this is the last I'm going to talk, and then we're going to hear about your club. But these are awards from Rotary that actually happened during Stuart's year. So let's get here too. The End Polio Now, you guys generously gave to that, and Rotary International wants to thank you for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for leading the way. And also, again, this shows what a wonderful club you are, the 2016-17 Presidential Citation.
Fantastic.
So thank you.
Thank you very much, Missy. Thank you, Stuart. Congratulations, club. Fantastic. And let's keep those good works abundantly and abundantly blessing locally, nationally, and internationally. Today's meeting is officially designated as a club assembly. So we're charged today with providing our district governor with an update on our Rotary example, what we're doing that illustrates our character and our service and our philanthropy as a club. What is our club's heartbeat? Well, we would need far more than 1 hour to share all that is being done in our engaged committees, our projects, and so forth. So we've attempted to consolidate a report, and it's a report not just for our guests to know what it is that we're doing as a club, but it is extremely healthy. It's important that from time to time we pause and reflect on all that's going on, and that we revel in it. We revel humbly. We revel in a way that inspires us to do even more. But just listen, please. I'm so thankful for a collection of folks that are going to present a cavalcade of reports and updates of information, about 8 such reports. And I hope that each of us is inspired, as our district governor is. I hope also that it ignites within us a desire to maybe do something more than what we're presently doing within a committee, a service project. So let's enjoy. Ken Middleton will lead us off, but first, just as a word, Alice Bridges could not be here. She's vacationing in Florida, and I want to acknowledge Alice as our immediate past president and also as chair of the Rotary Fund Board. And members of the Fund Board, would you raise your hand for all the great work you do to manage our fund, because this year nearly $130,000 of available funds from our endowment are going to support and underwrite these projects that we're about to hear more about. So Ken, if you would begin, please, and then we're going to have a continuation of engaging and updating remarks for you.
Thank you, Tony. The cavalcade begins. We have certainly done a lot. Let me begin to give you a picture of that. Many of you have been participants in a couple of projects that don't require money but manpower. We staff the phone-a-thon for the public media twice a year. And of course, we man the Salvation Army bell ringers at the Kroger stores in competition with the Kiwanis Club. But let's talk about where some of the dollars go. Leadership Fellows, $10,000 a year, which is matched by former club president Baylor Landrum's request to fund 2 3-year $5,000 scholarships for MBA students at U of L, ways to identify the next generation of community leaders. Rotary District Speech Contest, $1,200 for scholarships. Unsung Heroes, $9,500 each year as our contribution, along with the other Rotary clubs in Metro Louisville, to recognize one outstanding civic-minded senior from every school, every high school in Jefferson County. $250 cash per student and 10 $500 scholarships that are matched. Ted Burke scholarships, $16,000 a year, matched by U of L, Bellarmine, and Spalding to provide $4,000 a year scholarships for 4 years to 2 of those students who are unsung heroes. Imagination Library, this is the 2nd year we've contributed $10,000 to the program that provides a free book to kids preschool, birth to 5, to improve their love of learning. Honor flights. We underwrite a flight to the World War memorials in Washington for World War II veterans, members of our club. Life Change, $5,000 in the 2nd year of a program to help as many as 21 homeless men at the rescue mission improve their health and fitness and quality of life through an exercise program at the Y. Plus now $2,500 has been allocated to have monthly luncheons with those men at the rescue mission. Boys and Girls Haven, $5,000 to renovate and furnish the rec room at one of the cottages of this residential program for abandoned, abused, and neglected teens. New member events, $1,200 to arrange to meet at nonprofit locations and do a service project with them. Rotary's Summer Youth Leadership Program, $1,100. We sent 4 students to that this summer. And now $10,000 most recently committed to plant approximately 50 trees at the 2 Rotary Promise Scholarship schools to help restore the tree canopy in this community. Just the beginning of our list. Susan.
Thank you, Ken. I'm Susan Zepeda, reporting today for the International Committee. Success with international projects takes vision, patience, persistence, and partnerships. While here at home, the committee works to improve intercultural understanding and to welcome and mentor refugees who've settled in Louisville. Across the world, we have partnered with the Lexington Rotary Club to support literacy and electrical power in the schools of Ramaswaram, India, with the Rotary Club of Rocky Mount, Virginia, and with SOS, Supplies Overseas, to equip a clinic and improve water and sanitation in Wa, Ghana, with Rotary clubs in Colombia and in Oakland, California, to provide clean water, septic systems, and community gardens in 8 isolated Colombian schools. With clubs in California and El Salvador, and with World Vision, we provide students in El Salvador with hygiene education and sanitary toilets. With SOS, we equipped a children's clinic in Gonaives, Haiti, while we navigate the process of securing a global grant to detect and address cervical cancer there. With the Rotary Club in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala, we're working on an innovative program that trains rural women and offers them a source of income while harnessing solar power to provide electricity in remote communities. With the Rotary Club in São Bernardo do Campo in Brazil and their regional hospital, we're working on a grant to promote breastfeeding and to bank and provide clean self-breast milk for infants in their neonatal intensive care unit. And there are other exciting efforts in development in Ghana and India and El Salvador and more. We thank all the committee members for their hard work throughout the year, and we thank all of you whose donations to the Rotary Fund and the Rotary Foundation support this work. Together, we promote peace, understanding, and better lives for men, women, and children across the globe. If you are a member of the International Committee, could you please stand and be recognized? Thank you.
Tom Crimmins, and Tom Crimmins, and my topic is our club's signature program, the Rotary Promise Scholarship Program. It is a last dollar scholarship program that guarantees to students from underperforming high schools that they will be able to complete at least 2 years of college tuition-free. We launched the program on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of our club in 2012. It's a partnership with Jefferson Community and Technical College System, and our club raised $1 million to fund the scholarship programs for the 2 initial high schools. In addition, we've been joined by University of Louisville and more recently Southeast, Indiana University Southeast, who have come behind and promised to guarantee these students 2 more years of college tuition, giving them a free path to a bachelor's degree. The students become Rotary Promise Scholars by achieving 2.5 grade average, 90% attendance, and good behavior during their time in high school. So here are the numbers. Our first class to graduate was from Western High School in the class of 2016, and there were 36 Rotary Promise Scholars. The second year, we had 42 additional students from Western and 43 from Iroquois High School in their first graduating class. Of course, not all of the scholars attend the community college, but they are all Rotary Promise Scholars. We're proud of all our scholars. Our goal is to motivate them to continue their education past high school. To date, the numbers of students that have attended community college from Western in their first graduating class who attended last year, the school year 2016 and 17, there were 14 students, and the classes this year, 11 additional students from Western and 14 from Iroquois High School. Shortly after the program started, we realized that money was not the only issue for these students. Many of them lacked basic life skills that would allow them to be successful in life and in their careers. So we established a mentoring program. To date, over 65 members of our club have volunteered as mentors. And mentors, raise your hand if you're a mentor. Thank you. Thank you. And as Ken mentioned in the announcement, we're always happy to have more volunteers, so feel free to sign up. It's a great experience. And Walt Kuno, who has headed up our mentoring program this year, also developed a handbook that's useful for the students and for the mentees, and we make it available to any other organization that would like to establish a mentoring program. So, and I know for me, and I think for a lot of the volunteers, the mentoring has been as much or as more meaningful than any money that we might have contributed to the project. To top off the program, in the spring every year, during a May meeting, we have all of the new Rotary Promise Scholars attend this meeting, our club meeting, where they are recognized individually, presented with a certificate and a medallion recognizing them joining the ranks of Rotary Promise Scholars. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amy Luttrell. I'm the CEO for Goodwill of Kentucky and chair of our club's foundation committee. Building on Tony's announcement of the polio workers who lost their lives and on Ken, Susan, and Tom's reports of the projects, local and international, that our club has been able to be involved in, I want to update you on the part of our Rotary example that makes all of this possible, and that's our philanthropy. Our club has actually set a very simple goal. The club asks that each member give annually at least $100 to our local fund that pays for projects such as the Rotary Promise Scholarship, and $100 to the foundation, the Rotary Foundation, that pays for international projects such as polio eradication, my personal favorite, clean water, and human trafficking. We call this our 100-100-100 goal. So that's $100 to the fund, $100 to the foundation, 100% of the members participating in that. So if you're doing that, you're already meeting our club's basic expectation of all of us. And if you're not, see me after the meeting, I can help you out. But a lot of you have gone beyond that 100-100 goal. We have in this club 194 Paul Harris Fellows, meaning Rotarians who have contributed a cumulative $1,000 toward the Rotary Foundation. We also have 21 Rotarians who've joined the Paul Harris Society, meaning that those members have committed to giving $1,000 each year to the foundation, and we continue to work to grow that number. We also have a couple of goals that come to us from our district and from Rotary International. The district has designated our club as a star club, and what that means is that our giving equals at least an average of $100 per year per club member. So there's that 100 again. And in order to keep that star club status, our goal for the year, our club, is to contribute a total of $45,000. Now, we've already done $28,000 of that goal, leaving 17 more to go before the end of June. Our Polio Plus goal set by Rotary International is $3,500 a year. And knowing that polio cases in the country of Afghanistan have gone from over 300 down to 8 over the past 4 years, we're this close, right? I know that our club is going to be able to contribute that remaining $1,900 this year and meet our club goal. We have a lot of generous givers in this club, and I want to thank you for all of the good work that you're doing and the good things that your gifts make possible. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marisa Neal. I'm the chair of the New Member Orientation Committee. But really, it starts with membership development, and as Tony said, there's the What is Rotary table. If you're a visitor today, right outside, right after this, we can give you some more information about that. Sydney, Todd Lanham, and Jim Watkins do a great job, and they have a challenge now that we all have to be involved with, but to obviously to get some more members. So this past year, since July, we've had 24 new members join, and kind of bringing people through that new member orientation process. I have 3 fantastic vice chairs that help me. So Mark Cool, Mike Cool's son, helps with orientation sessions. He schedules all of those. We have 2 every month. So if it's been a long time since you went through orientation, or I think we changed it up a couple years ago, we have one session that's over in the conference room and another one that's a little more Q&A now. And the more Q&A is the What is Rotary, just kind of the, for us, Rotary 101. The official title of it is Service Above Self, but it's Rotary 101. And then we have another one that's Extending Rotary's Reach that talks more about philanthropy and the funding. So everybody has a good understanding of that, and Mike Cool does a great job with that, and a couple other folks as well. And then Leland, one of the other best past presidents we've ever had, has the host committees, or the new member mentors. We've kind of renamed it this year. And he has done a fantastic job. So hopefully, as you are joining now, you have somebody, this is a big group of people, to somebody that you can call when you have questions, and kind of shepherd you through that first 6 months. And, so anybody volunteer as a new member mentor, or raise your hand, or helped with any of the orientation sessions? So thank you so much. Really, we could not do any of this without that, without your help. So we kind of go through all of that, and then after you've done the 2 orientation sessions, you have a host. We really want to get to know our new members more, so we have a new member celebration. Claire Arnold is the vice chair in charge of that. And so we invite the old members. We had a good time. First part of December, we were at the Home of the Innocents, which one of our members is the executive director of that. And Paul Robinson was kind enough to host us there. So we had dinner, and then we stuffed 70 stockings for kids that live there. So we had a really good time. Claire and I had a really good time shopping. We had a really good time putting everything together. And it was nice just, we come to these meetings, but some of us are a little hurried. So we had, a couple hours where we could really get to know our new members better. And there will be another one of those coming up in the spring. So kind of look for more information on that, and it'll be that same format of dinner and a service project.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashley Brower with Guthrie Mays Public Relations, here for the Communications Committee update. Luke Schmidt sends his apologies that he can't be here today. The Communications Committee has 6 members, and we meet periodically throughout the club year. We are focused on providing weekly news releases to local media, promoting weekly club guest speakers, and that's also resulted in many positive news stories and coverage throughout the year. We manage the club's website and social media sites, including Facebook and LinkedIn. So if you guys aren't following on either of those, sign up, please. Follow us. Like things, share things. We love it. And then we also look for opportunities to improve communications within the club and improve the promotion of the club externally. Thank you.
I am the second to last 2.5-minute presentation, just in case you were trying to keep track. A little bit different approach. Talk about what we do from a strategic point of view. In this coming year, we want to look at initiatives based on human trafficking or based on opposing human trafficking. Many of you went to Atlanta and have talked about the anti-human trafficking presentations that were given. And on a very bizarre topic, folks were very energized and fired up about it. You recall we had some guests, and one of them runs the Free to Hope Club, Amy Leonards, who's at. And Amy uses a 4E description of what they're about, which I think would serve us well. One is to educate on the prevention of human trafficking, to equip, to address and prevent trafficking, enable folks to walk away from being trafficked, and then to expose through a targeted outreach campaign. You may have noticed that philanthropy, Amy talked about human trafficking. You recall that in the fall we had a presentation from Free to Hope, Amy Leonards, and Women of the Well, who was represented by Susan Summer Dickinson. And part of that, which I don't think we've ever done for any other speaker, we gave them 300 to 350 purses on their way out the door. Just one shout out around that is for Tony Coffey, who alone came up with 18 purses. So is Tony here? All right. You get the prize on that one. There are any number of, yesterday I had the opportunity to accompany Jerry Martin and Larry Sloan from the Lifeline Committee, talking about what they may be able to do on a very one-to-one or small group association with us. There is also going to be tomorrow a meeting of the Rotary, what I'm referring to informally as the Rotary Anti-Trafficking Group, which will have Nima Kulkarni, Tom Williams, Abby Drain, Jerry Martin, and Karen Morrison as part of that, to take a look at what we do strategically and long term. Now, Lifeline is working on something, philanthropy is working on something. I know other folks are very interested. So this group is not to take ownership or to discourage other committees from doing good work. It's just to figure out as a club, how can we get strategic and how can we have an impact on what is an incredibly wrong that exists in our world today. Thank you.
Ken Grossman chairs our Speakers Committee, and we have several members of the Speakers. Is that better? Hello? There we go. Thank you. Ken Grossman chairs our Speakers Committee, and I know we have several members of that committee here now. Would you raise your hand, please? And I know, Gene, you're joining, right? Thank you. I want you to think for a moment. Who was a speaker? Just reflect. A speaker this year that entertained you? Think of another speaker this year that provoked you. Think of one that presented on a topic where you really learned something new, something that was absolutely brand new. And think of a speaker that you thought was a true expert. We've had significant speakers this year each week. And what's incredible about the work that the Speakers Committee has done, we're lined up for the end of the year. What also was thinking about this with Ken, isn't it interesting how certain speakers are timed just perfectly with the news of the week or of the day? Okay. So, I don't know how you're doing it, but Ken and committee, congratulations, because our programs this year have been stellar, and you're to be congratulated for it. So, Speakers Committee, thank you. Okay, please acknowledge the cavalcade. Didn't they do a great job? They did a fantastic job. And I would like to open the microphone for only 5 minutes if anybody else, a member of the club, feels compelled to share more with District Governor Missy and our guest and with the club about anything that you feel completes the work that we're doing. So feel free, if you would, to approach the mic. I'll continue on with our program, and then I'll stop at the end if I see more cavalcade, all right? But you're more than welcome. This is our club. This is your club. So feel free to contribute. All right, final remarks. I haven't given homework in a while. That's not because I forgot how to do that. We've just had so much going on at our meetings that I don't want to interrupt the flow. You're going to have some homework next week, but I've got to throw out some trivia now. Okay, ready? Yell out the answer if you know. What do the following individuals have in common? You may not use your smartphones. What do the following individuals have in common? Former President Jimmy Carter, former Russian President Boris Yeltsin, U.S. astronaut James Lovell, UN Secretary General Javier Pérez de Cuellar, Jonas Salk. My 8th graders would have had that by now. What? Nobel Peace? That's a good guess. What? Dr. Harry Stevenson is the final on the list. What do they have in common? They are all Paul Harris Fellows. Very good. Nice job. And today, we're going to recognize a new Paul Harris Fellow member. I think that's great having Celeste here from the foundation. And we're going to recognize a Paul Harris Fellow +1, Dr. Harry Stevenson, and also President-elect Barry Barker. If you could come forward, please. Paul Harris Fellows, would you please stand? And I do need to point out something. Okay, when I was reading that list, someone correctly answered, they're all male, okay? But listen, I want you to notice something. Did you notice the diversity of presenters that we had up here earlier? Okay, that was intentional, and that is our club, right? That is our club. And it will continue to be our club. The Paul Harris Fellow recognition acknowledges individuals who contribute or have contributed in their names $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. Rotarians have a tradition of supporting the foundation by honoring others. Dr. Harry Stevenson and President-elect Barry Barker. One, a new Paul Harris Fellow, Dr. Harry Stevenson. And a Paul Harris Fellow +1, and one that is going to lead our club brilliantly next year, J. Barry Barker. Any comments from the microphone? Greg Braun, you feeling better? Okay, we've been thinking about you. It's great to have you back here with us. Continue to heal up, please, okay? Any announcements for the good of the club before we break? I hope that that club assembly provided you with a thorough report of what we're doing, and there's so much more. What a wonderful club we're blessed to be members of. Everybody have a good Thursday. Remember, next week, Dr. Greg Postal. Our meeting is adjourned.